Today our lesson is about dielectric materials. Dielectric materials we learn in this electricity lesson, and these materials are classified into two types. They are nonpolar materials and polar materials. In nonpolar materials, positive and negative charge coincides. So due to coincidence, there is no charge. Next, polar materials, separation of the constants positive charge and negative charge comes under polar materials. First, we learn what is meant by dipole. It is a material which has equal positive and negative charges and separated by a small distance. Here we see the figure. So this figure is the dipole. So here plus q is positive charge and minus q is the negative charge. Here mu is the charge. Mu is the charge dipole momentum and q is the charge representation. X is the distance between the two charges. Units for the dipole momentum is coulomb meters. Q is the charge and unit for the charge is coulomb and distance units is the meters. Next, all dielectrics comes under electrical insulators. So we know that electrical materials are of two types, conductors and insulators. Conductors means they transmit the charge and insulators cannot able to transmit the charge because all the electrons are in the bounded conditions. Next, we use this dielectric materials for storing the electrical energy. It stores the minimum dissipation power. Next, here E minus are bound to the parent molecules. E minus means electrons because they have negative charge. Hence, there is no free charge. Next, examples for this dielectric materials are mica, glass, plastic, water and the polar molecules. This is the diagram which represents the dipole symbol. Plus is the positive charge and minus is the negative charge. So these two charges are separated with application of the electric field, and here the atom which we study is said to be the dielectric atom. Next, what are the important properties which we learn in dielectric materials? That is electric intensity. We call it as electric field strength also. Here the force per unit charge is represented as electric intensity or electric field strength. Here dq is the point charge. We learn in this lesson the charge as the point charge, and E is the applied electric field and F is the force acting on the charge. So we know the most famous formula, F is equal to EQ. So E is equal to F by Q, and if we consider the material, according to the Coulomb's law, we represent it as Q by 4 pi epsilon r square. Here epsilon is the permittivity. Permittivity is the ability of a medium to transmit electric force lines. Electric force lines transmits from positive charge to the negative charge. So always electric force lines transmits from positive charge to the negative charge. Important properties which we study in these materials are: first, electric intensity, that is electric field strength. Electric field strength is represented by E. So we know the famous formula, F is equal to EQ. So in that, E is the electric field strength, that is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. After learning this dipole, electric dipole, positive charge to negative charge electric force lines will transmit. Next, medium should give permission to that force lines. So that medium permission to transmit the force lines is known as the flux. Flux is known as electric flux. Now, we have three types of permittivities. There are medium permittivity epsilon and vacuum permittivity epsilon naught, and ratio of these two permittivities is called epsilon r. Another name for this permittivity is known as dielectric constant. Okay, this is about the important properties. Epsilon, this is the permittivity of medium. How much electric field is generated per unit charge in that medium is known as permittivity. Next, if we consider about the permittivity of the free space, that is epsilon naught, we already familiar with epsilon naught, 8.85 into 10 power minus 12 electric field generated in the vacuum. So unit for this epsilon naught is F by M. Next, electric flux. Electric flux means electric force lines which transmits from positive charge to negative charge in a medium. So if more flux is there, then automatically in a medium it has more high permittivity because of the polarization. Permittivity is directly related to the susceptibility. Susceptibility is how much the material will be get polarized when we place that material inside the electric field. Permittivity relates material's ability to transmit the field. Here we see the two relations. Epsilon, that is equal to epsilon r into epsilon naught. Epsilon r is the relative permittivity and this is said to be the susceptibility, 1 plus xi into epsilon naught. Later, another property is electric flux density or electric displacement vector. Another name for flux density. So the relation for this electric flux density is Q by 4 pi r square. Here 4 pi r square is the surface area of the sphere. Dielectric parameters are epsilon r and mu. So epsilon r is another name dielectric constant. So epsilon by epsilon naught gives us this dielectric constant. Electric dipole moment. Electric dipole moment is represented by mu. It is the product of charge and the distance of separation between the two charges. So, dielectrics are insulators. They are termed as the dielectrics. The difference between the dielectrics and the insulators is basing upon the application purpose we use them. So, main purpose is all materials what we consider in this dielectrics behave as the insulating materials because they prevent the flow of current. So, if the material allows the electricity through flow, they are said to be the conductors. If the material do not able to allow the electricity through it, they are said to be the insulators. We use this dielectric materials to store the charge. So most probably charge storage is used in the capacitors. That's why these dielectric materials are called as the active dielectric materials. And examples of these dielectric materials, most of the dielectric materials are solids. So examples already we discussed: mica, glass, plastics, and the various oxides. Next one, all solids only refers as dielectric means no. Dielectrics can be observed in solids, liquids and in gaseous materials also. Dry air is the excellent dielectric material we use in the variable capacitors, and distilled water is also used as the dielectric material. And applications of these dielectric materials we apply basing upon the properties about temperature dependence, permittivity. The temperature dependence is the effect of temperature. Permittivity, it is ability how to polarize. Dielectric strength, the strength of a dielectric material, and we use them in the industrial material purposes because we use in the preparation of the electrical devices. Most common uses of these materials are in capacitors, power transformers, cables, spark generators and transducers. So in our syllabus we have given applications as two dielectric materials. They are capacitors and the transformers. Later, dielectric materials are examples of the insulators.